Hey cool cats, welcome to Fun Fact Trivia. Today we are heading back in time to test your knowledge of the fabulous 50s. Let's go. In 1959, Berry Gordy Jr. started which record company? Motown, Atlantic Records, or Columbia Records? Where would the world be without that Motown beat? The 1955 film East of Eden is an adaptation of a novel by which author? Ernest Hemingway, John Steinbeck, or Kurt Vonnegut? John Steinbeck. Which artist spent the most weeks in the charts during the 1950s? Little Richard, Chuck Berry, or Elvis Presley? Elvis Presley. More than 4,000 people are believed to have died in the 1952 Great Smog. In which European city? Barcelona, Berlin, or London? London. In 1956, what company invented the first hard disk drive, revolutionizing data storage? Microsoft, IBM, or Xerox? The IBM hard drive was the size of 2 fridges and held less data than your phone does today. In 1952, Gamal Abdel Nasser led a coup to abolish the monarchy in which African country? Egypt, Libya, or Algeria? The start of a new era for Egypt. Who refused the Nobel Literature Prize in 1958? Jean-Paul Sartre, William Faulkner, or Boris Pasternak? Boris Pasternak. Which European treaty, signed in 1957, laid the foundation for the European Union? Treaty of Paris, Treaty of Rome, or Treaty of Versailles? Treaty of Rome. Who first recorded the song Blue Suede Shoes in 1955? Johnny Cash, Carl Perkins, or Bill Haley? Carl Perkins took the first step in Blue Suede Shoes. Who succeeded Winston Churchill when he resigned in 1955? Anthony Eden, Harold Macmillan, or Edward Heath? Anthony Eden had big shoes to fill. Which 1954 movie won 8 Academy Awards? On the Waterfront, Marty, or The Bridge on the River Kwai? On the Waterfront won 8 Oscars. In 1957, what satellite did the Soviet Union launch into space, marking the start of the space race? Luna, Vostok 1, or Sputnik 1? Sputnik 1. Which French fashion designer replaced Christian Dior as the head of the House of Dior in 1957? Hubert de Givenchy, Yves Saint Laurent, or Coco Chanel? A 21-year-old Yves Saint Laurent. What sci-fi series from the 1950s, hosted by John Newland, was famous for its supernatural themes? The Twilight Zone, One Step Beyond, or science fiction theater? One Step Beyond. Brothers Barry, Robin, and Morris Gibb formed which successful pop group in the late 1950s? The Bee Gees, Beach Boys, or the Diamonds? The Bee Gees. In the 1950s, which hip-swiveling toy became a craze around the world? Totem tennis, frisbee, or hula hoop? The hula hoop. Occurring off the coast of Western Australia in 1952, what was the code name for the first test of a British atomic device? Operation Hurricane. In what year did China launch its invasion of Tibet, leading to Tibetan annexation? 1950, 1955, or 1959? The year was 1950. Which country was the first to win the Eurovision Song Contest in 1956? Ireland, Switzerland, or the Netherlands? It was Switzerland. In 1957, which famous singer faced scandal for marrying his 13-year-old cousin, Myra Gale Brown? Ricky Nelson, Buddy Holly, or Jerry Lee Lewis? Jerry Lee Lewis. What influential art style, characterized by bold colors and mass media themes, emerged in the 1950s? Surrealism, pop art, or cubism? Pop art. In 1958, Angelo Roncalli became which pope? John Paul II, Paul VI, or John the 23rd? Pope John the 23rd. Who directed the 1958 thriller Vertigo, starring James Stewart? Billy Wilder, Alfred Hitchcock, or Orson Welles? Alfred Hitchcock. Who became the Formula One world champion in 1955, 1956, and 1957? Sterling Moss, Juan Manuel Fangio, or Mike Hawthorne? Juan Manuel Fangio. Which Asian country gained independence from France in 1954 after the Battle of Dien Bien Phu? Vietnam, Laos, or Cambodia? It was Vietnam. Which duo had a hit in 1957 with the song Wake Up Little Susie? The Righteous Brothers, Simon and Garfunkel, or the Everly Brothers? The Everly Brothers. Which famous structure was completed in 1958 in Tokyo, symbolizing Japan's post-war recovery? Tokyo Tower, Osaka Castle, or Tokyo Skytree? Tokyo Tower. Which global company introduced the first credit card in 1950, revolutionizing consumer payments? American Express, Diners Club, or Visa? Diners Club. What was the name of the first nuclear-powered submarine launched by the U.S. Navy in 1954? USS Seawolf, USS Virginia, or USS Nautilus? USS Nautilus. Which popular toy, released in 1952, allowed children to make funny faces using interchangeable parts? Mr. Potato Head. Thank you for playing. Hope to catch you in the next quiz. Bye for now.